When you look at what you need to tell a young person or a family about moving to Reading High School, I can only say, through my job, I've been in all the 18 high schools in Berks County, and I always come back to Reading High, and I looked at the opportunities that are offered through an urban school. It can't be matched. When I served on school board, I was very proud of the quality of the education programs. I sat in some of the classrooms, and I looked at the level of education these youth are receiving, looked at the graduation, the schools that youth were able to go to. It's real quality. And I only think you need to speak to any of the youth that are actively involved in Reading High School. I have an opportunity through the Pride team to be able to know a lot of those youth. They're achieving and they're happy, and their families are satisfied. So we can't let the impression of naysayers who focus on one problem and expand it to be able to really paint the picture of what Reading is all about. Urban living is the most convenient and the most affordable way of life. And we should be encouraging everyone to be looking at the city as being the place we want to live. Thank you.
Well, I don't have any background in the Reading School District, working for the Reading School District or on the school board, but I guess that also means I can't share in the blame for so many of the problems that we have. But I do have to tell you, children at the younger end seem to be much better than the children at the end of the line. Something along the way is changing. The attitude, perspective, I think it is a lack of hope. That is an enormous problem, because if someone has no hope for the future, they have no reason to live. And that means they have no value of life. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out that is our problem. We do need to clean up the problems such as drugs and that, but we have to understand why people turn to drugs. I'm still waiting for an elected official to come out and tell us why people do drugs. Because if you don't know why they do drugs, how are you ever going to hope to stop it? So it seems in this country that we always focus on the symptom and no one wants to get down to the root causes. Thank you.
Why stay in Reading? I said at the beginning, I was born in New York, but I was raised here in Reading. I have 2 children. My youngest is 14. She will be going to Reading High next year. She goes to Northwest Middle School. I am very proud of my daughter. I have a 19-year-old son. He's graduating from Reading High School. I graduated from Reading High School, and I turned out okay, didn't I? So, you know, I believe in our city. I believe that we as parents, we ensure that our kids grow up with the values that we show them. And if we, you know, once they're going to go, if you get scared because you think that Reading High is bad, and I don't think it is. I think, you know, I love Reading High. You can't instill that in your children. You have to be proud of living in the city. Be proud of Reading School District. I am proud of Reading School District, and I want my children and their friends. A lot of the friends from my daughter, the parents, they want to stay in Reading schools, but the parents want them to go out of school. And they come to me and they say, Maria, you know, you went to school in Reading High. How come you're letting your daughter go? I said, because I believe in the system. We have great teachers also. If it wasn't for my teacher, I wouldn't be here today. So I think we just got to teach our children, believe in our children that they're going to do the right thing. Thank you.
Just so happens, I'm an employee of the Reading School District. I am a product of the Reading School District all the way through. And you're right, our children don't have any hope. But if you pull your kids out of school, when you're the one that has the hope, then you take that light and you remove it for another child to see somewhere else. There are so many children that really need to see the positive influence that other children have at home. And if you take that away from them, they're not going to have that at all. So there's a lot of times where we need to recognize that it's not just about your kid, but all the kids that are in the city. And the reason why I'm here and I'm running is so that the kids can see that being a product of the Reading School District doesn't limit you. There's something that you will get from the Reading School District that you will never get anywhere else. And if you take your child from that, they will miss it, and it will be detrimental to their development.
And Tasha hit it right on. I think if you take your children out, you know, the grass always looks greener elsewhere, doesn't it? It's easy to say, man, I want to go to Exeter or I want to go to Fleetwood. But, you know, I've never gotten over in Thomas Ford in first group in kindergarten when the teacher made me go in the corner. For years, I kind of despised the Reading School District. But I must tell you, I got the greatest education in the city of Reading School District. And from the teachers, but most importantly from the environment, from the diversity, from the interaction with people of all levels. And that is something you can't get elsewhere. And I think Tasha hit that right on. If you want to give your kids the skills for life, you need a Reading School District. Because, first of all, it's got a great educational component. And a lot of people here are byproducts of the Reading School District, and it speaks for itself. But the life skills that you learn in those environments. And I went to high school for a few years, but I must tell the story, up in Hershey. And I got the Reading paper for some reason delivered every day. And all I talked about was the Reading School District, the track team, the basketball team. And the kids were looking at me and they said, Jeff, you think the world evolves around Reading? And my response was, it does. Of course it does, you know. So I've always felt that way, and I've always been extremely proud of the school district. Stick around and be part of the solution and be part of the family.